Let's go look at the rabbits. All right, now these guys are in the grow out pen. There's 3 on this side, and I've got 2 more in here, and they're getting pretty close. They just need another couple of weeks before they're heading to freezer camp. So that's the first batch. Now those are Ruth's babies. Ruth did pretty good. She only had 5, but that's okay. We didn't, I didn't let them breed a second time. I just got 1 good fall off, and then I went ahead and pulled the mama out. Now this is Scamper. She's our pretty little gray New Zealand doe. Now Scamper, her first batch didn't make it this year. Yep, here, stomp her foot. She's a little belligerent some days. Her first batch didn't do so well. She did okay for about a week, and after about a week, it got cold one night, and they just didn't make it. That's okay. She just didn't quite cover them up good enough. Now this is Ruthie. That was her babies we looked at first. And Ruthie, as you can see, is a very inquisitive rabbit. And fairly friendly. She doesn't really like you to pet her, but she likes to come up and say hi. So that's Ruthie. And she's doing good. She's in good shape, so she's about ready to breed again. I'll get this cage shut. Sorry for the blank look at the door there, but working one-handed. All right. Now this is our buck rabbit, Bubba. Now Bubba, he's doing okay too, and he also is friendly. So, and inquisitive. They come out and, you know, they want to see what you're doing, you know, what's going on. And it's funny. You know, I've really enjoyed them. All right. That's the look at the bunnies. I've got, as you can see, I've got the hutches for the breeders on this side. And then over here, I've got a 6-foot long grow out hutch, which so far is working pretty good. So, all right. All right, now, at this point, I've had rabbits now for about 3 months. And gone through the pregnancies, and I've got rabbits in the grow-out pen. And I thought it'd be nice to do a video and just tell you what my impressions after 3 months were. And to be honest, you know, I started out, I was going to do backyard chickens, but my city said no, we're not going to do chickens. So I ended up, while I was talking to the guy, he said, and this is the codes officer, he said, something was mentioned about 4-H, and he says, well, we do allow some things for that, and we allow rabbits, and you can have up to 3 rabbits. Well, 3 rabbits, that's 2 does and a buck. For a couple, you know, hey, that's as many rabbits as you can eat, you know, so I decided to go with it. And I researched it. I watched other people on YouTube that seemed to know what they were talking about, and some do. And so I decided to go with the rabbits. And right now at this point, you know what, I'm glad I did. I've had chickens before, and I do like them, and I'd like to have them again. But, you know, the rabbits are just fun to work with. They're just personable and interesting and inquisitive. They're fun. And so I'm glad that I did go with the rabbits. Now, at this point, we had 2 litters and we lost one. And that was just an unexpected cold snap. That caught me off guard, and it obviously caught the doe rabbit off guard. She didn't pull enough fur and didn't have them covered up enough. And so we both know, I think we both know better next time. I don't think that's going to happen again. A lot of times animals' first pregnancy doesn't work out real well. So we're not going to worry terribly about that. We're just going to go on. The only advice I can give you is when you seek out your breed stock, you know, find that guy that's been doing it for years and years and years and years. I found one in my area. It was within a 45-minute drive that he's had them all his life, and he's improved and keeps records. And so you know he's selling you good stuff, and so I think that's kind of important. You know, when you just buy them off of somebody that maybe started trying to raise rabbits and then they decided they didn't like it and they've got a couple rabbits they picked up from here and there, and you might get lucky. But a lot of times you'll get little small litters and, you know, won't get rabbits that grow out efficiently. I've got all New Zealand's, and that's what I like, but there's other options. There's other good meat rabbits. Californians are good. I know my first father-in-law used to raise some Californians. So get what you like. I mean, I love to garden. I enjoy my vegetable garden. But you know, the reality of it is that you know, it's nice to have salad that I picked out of my garden, or potatoes or vegetable, you know, green beans, whatever, corn. That's nice. But reality is that wouldn't have been very expensive to buy at the store. But when you start replacing that package of meat you were going to cook, well, you know, that starts running into a couple dollars there. You know, that's some money. So that's what I think it's valid and good to do it. I might even get into quail later. I think I can do that. I think I can do that and be within the rules, or close enough, you know. So that's been my experience. I've enjoyed them. I've had fun with them. I've got you invest a little bit of money. By the time you get all the cages built, buy feeders, water bottles, you know, stuff like that, bags of food and bags of food and bags of food. But once you get to the point that I'm at, where, you know, now I can breed them every so often. I can get, you know, 4 or 5 litters a year out of each rabbit. And I intentionally did not breed them for a big litter, because his first litter, I didn't want him to have a huge litter. So one fall off, yanked her out. Next time, I'll do differently. I'll let him have 2, 3, you know, make sure that they're going to have as good a litter as they can have. So my understanding is that New Zealand's have, you know, average of 7 or 8. So that'll be good. So anyway, like I say, at the point, up front, you spend some money. But then after you get to that 3-month period, you can see that going down the road now, you know, this is going to even out. I'm going to be getting as much in return as what, you know, I'm paying out for feed. And I have to admit, I've already put about 1 inch of rabbit surprise over the top of my garden. So that's going to be a great benefit here in a couple of months. You know, right now we're in 1st of February. This is February 1st, early in the morning. I just got home from work. So, you know, we're only about 6 weeks in my part of the country from putting in potatoes and onions and lettuces and things like that and starting our gardens. So it's kind of exciting. So that's it, folks. I want you to have a quality day, and I'm going to try to see you next week.